Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
What is up, people?
As always, Destroyer putting it together for us. And we have Titan and Brajol, the weekly guests, when they're not being lazy.
Really hard to stay awake.
Yes. Don't fall asleep. We have several cats in here. I'm not even quite sure, though. I'm pretty sure we have Swagger, Macy Gray, Derek Jeter, I believe, is in here somewhere. And, yeah, that's about it. Maybe Drifter. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely in here.
But, yeah. So, quick recap since the last time we spoke. We did a Super Bowl prediction. And so now Super Bowl recap. All three of us were wrong. Tampa Bay did win.
Mm-hmm. Power of the mind took over and won.
I did mention, though, that it said, I remember I did say if Tampa's defense is like on point, they're just going to own it. And I didn't think it would be dominant if anything. Like, they shut out Mahomes. Like, the Chiefs' offense did not score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
insane.
Their offensive line just seems so, it was like paper thin. Like, the defense just broke right through it every single time.
Yeah, they had a great game plan.
Do you think that the events that happened just prior to the Super Bowl had any effect?
The DUI.
Yeah.
That had some
on the mindset.
Not a lot. Is more so that the offensive line were playing with backups. Not all of them, but there were a lot of injuries. And their best lineman tore his Achilles the 2 weeks before in a game. So, you know. But that's football. Like, injuries are going to happen. It's a physical sport. So it's, the best teams always have great talent on the bench, ready to go, you know? Mm-hmm. Or even if not great talent, then they have prepared players. So that speaks up to the coaching. Not saying the Chiefs' coaching isn't great. I just think that what everybody fails. Now, a lot of people are failing to acknowledge is the fact that Tampa won the game more so than Kansas City losing the game. They'll be like, Mahomes played like shit. It's like, no.
He made some insane passes. They just weren't completed.
Yeah, there was some, like, circus throws where he was literally, like, 1 inch but parallel from the ground, throwing sidearm, 40 yards down the field, hit the guy in the face mask.
I think he was just being honest about the fact that that Florida was they were just a better team that
Tampa.
day. I'm sorry, Tampa. You know what I mean, Teddy.
So, yeah, they, hats off to Tampa. They killed it. More stuff's coming out now saying that, like, Tom Brady was texting everybody at 11 p.m. at night saying, we will win this game, in all caps. And, like, players are, like, getting chills. They're like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this guy, he's, like, feels like we're going to win. And I love drunk Tom Brady.
Oh, my God.
I've become a fan of his now. I still hate him, but I've become a fan of his now.
He went way off his diet.
Yeah, he actually tweeted. He was like, it was avocado tequila or something, and people were like, "Oh man, I can't believe he got hammered." Blah blah blah. It's like you're gonna chastise Tom Brady for getting hammered after being on point with his nutrition all the time, winning how many Super Bowls. He decides to actually party and have a good time. Especially with the year that we've had.
It's called balance. That's what we talk about all the time.
He's kind of allowed to do that, But, quarterback goes to jail for running a massive dogfighting ring, and it's like, hey, let's forgive him. But that, it's like, wow, some dude got drunk after celebrating. And he wasn't driving. So, whatever. Another recap from last time we spoke. Destroyer. We're just going to turn over Destroyer. So we need to know, did you get any jump shots up this past week? What's the mileage covered? And we need an honest review on the Princess Bride.
Right. So, still no available space for jump shots because the driveway is full of ice and snow at the moment still. And I'm pretty sure the middle school still doesn't have rims up on the baskets, and if they do, middle schoolers are using them. So, I don't really want to go and school a bunch of kids during the day. So
It's not a good time in the history of the world to be destroying their self-esteem.
yeah, they need all the help they can get right now.
Mhm.
So mileage covered, I think well so far, it's maybe like 15 or 16 miles this week.
Good.
And I'm planning to get in some more today and tomorrow as well. Now that sidewalks are finally starting to be cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on that. And then The Princess Bride was very good. And I'm frustrated that it took me this long to finally watch it.
I put partial blame on Mrs. Kearns, formerly Miss Hinchcliffe, for not enforcing that into the curriculum.
Yeah.
It was part of our curriculum when I was in English with her.
I mean, it's crazy that I never saw it in that class. I took Nanuet's film class, and they never showed it. And then I took like 5 film classes at Emerson the year I was there, and it was never shown.
Who ran the film class at
What
Nanuet?
the hell?
What's her name? I think it was Grimes.
She used to be cheerleading coach too.
Yeah.
Didn't know she was such a film snob.
Yeah. Completely fell off.
Ridiculous. So yeah, it was. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yes.
You can quote it? No?
There's so
Others?
many you can
Anybody?
quote about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did open up our wedding vows with "My name is Inigo Montoya."
No, you didn't.
I'm kidding. No, I didn't.
It's got a young Fred Savage in it too.
Yes. Yes, it does. I almost forgot about that.
Yes.
You weren't expecting that, right?
Yeah.
When it opened up, he's like, "Oh, he's telling a story."
Yeah. It's like,
You hated the story, then you loved the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great movie. Andre the Giant, always clutch.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, what happened to, what's his friggin' name? Cary Elwes. He was, like, the star of, like, that era.
Yeah.
He was in a whole bunch of movies. Like, remember, he did Robin Hood Men in
Yeah.
Tights, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't see him. Oh, he was the asshole new boyfriend in Liar Liar.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
And then he does Saw.
Oh, my God. What a difference.
And I haven't heard from him since.
It was like the most disturbing movie ever.
Yeah. I was like, this is really how it's going to end. Okay.
Blech.
I think I was drinking when I first saw that movie, Saw, and I was just like looking at the bottle. I'm going to put this down.
No more of that.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm good.
This thing now is a good time to stop drinking.
Is this real?
So yeah, caught up on that. And what else did we have to cover today before we get into the topic?
You want to talk about MVP?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, we
Mario
got a
Van
cat
Peebles.
adopted here.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, we had a kitty that I think most likely was dumped in our area, just dumped here, unfortunately. Beautiful baby, black and white cat. So we had a potential adopter via one of our members
Talk about that.
that, yeah, unfortunately fell through, but it ended up working out to our advantage in the sense that another member's friend stepped up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And decided to adopt him. So it was either going to be herself or, I guess, a good friend of the family. And this gentleman has been looking for, I guess, a partner cat for his cat for the past 8 months or so. And I guess he's been looking in the shelters and online to see if any of the shelters in his area had a cat that would mesh well with his kitty. So I believe he's being picked up today from the girl's home. So she got him cleaned up. We had both asked her. She made a promise to check him for a microchip just in case, because there is that possibility, right? There was that possibility that could he have been lost? Could he have run out? But He was outside in the freezing cold. We were making sure that he was being fed twice a day, every day. And he's so loving. So Teddy decided to name him Mario Van Peebles.
Yes, because he's another black and white biracial cat at Overdrive. So he needed an appropriate name. And I happen to think that Mario Van Peebles was a great name because Derek Jeter was already taken. Right, so
true.
Mario Van Peebles,
Yeah.
We had another one, Slash. Remember?
Yes.
So he was pretty dope too.
I do.
But Mario Van Peebles. And I know when he was posted on Facebook, they renamed him to like Martin Von Pussycat. But like
Marvin, I think.
Marvin, whatever. It's not Mario Van Peebles, which is a great name. Like, you leave great names alone just like you leave great movies alone. You don't redo Ghostbusters. Like,
Well, point being is that he's traveling to his new home, forever home, today. And we are so happy because he's such a good boy. Just like all the other kitties that we have, good boys and girls here at Overdrive. But he was definitely someone's cat, so now he gets to live the rest of his life in a loving forever home with lots of playtime, hugs and kisses, and all the good stuff.
yeah, he's very affectionate too. Which, like, if you've been around a stray cat, they're not super affectionate until they gain your trust, which could take like a decade. But
Which pretty much happened here for the most part.
But Mario Van Peebles, he let me pick him up from like Jump Street. So, yeah, we definitely bonded. We meshed well. But I'm glad that he has found a home. Also, shout out to the Jacobson sisters for, they pretty much ran point on this because, their babysitter who drives them here for their workouts, she took the initiative to crate him up.
So he got his shots. He went to the vet. He got his shots. They did check him for a microchip, so none.
I heard they played Lil Jon shots the entire time he was at the
I wouldn't doubt it. I would, yeah. And being that MVP is so vocal.
He is very vocal.
Yeah. But so now, yeah, that's a happy ending right there. Happy beginning.
Yes.
Happy beginning.
So, good luck,
MVP.
MVP, Mario Van Peebles. We will miss you. But yeah, that's also great. Just happy for that. So now, it's almost Valentine's Day. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but by the time you guys hear this, it'll be the 16th, right? At the earliest, whenever you listen to this. But today, it's February 13th, right? So we're 6 weeks into the new year. This is usually about the time where it's definitely past the time where either people give up on their diets or New Year's resolutions, or they start getting frustrated, right? Because they're they come out with a lot of steam and then they run out, right? They may start to plateau, right? But just because most people, when it comes to weight loss, they only look at the scale. And that's why we always harp on taking weekly progress photos. Check your body fat, your lean body mass, your fat mass. So not even just a percentage, but like how much actual weight on your body is fat in pounds or kilograms, wherever you live in the system that you use. But pounds, the imperial system is the best if we're going to talk about it. Right, because there's only two types of countries out there. Ones that use the imperial system and the other ones that haven't been to the moon. So, but anyway, yeah, and I think only drug dealers use metrics, so whatever. Yeah, so
Your energy levels, check your energy
check
levels.
your energy levels. How, what's your sleep quality? There's other things you can that we check too. Grip strength.
How are you recovering in your workouts?
Yes.
Heart rate.
Your resting heart rate, right?
Blood
Which you can
pressure.
track through our app also. But just all those things. There's so many things you always have to check, and then, that's these are just generic ones. So like, even just to get more specific, so for athletes, weekly we'll check their vertical jump. Right now, we don't expect a PR every time, but we want to make sure they're within 10, no more than 15% of their range for their highest jump. Right, because you want consistency. So, I've found, and I'm not the only one that's done this, but I've found that, around finals weeks or days or weeks that there's big tests or SATs or something, the athletes just don't perform well, and that's because stress does factor in. It affects your outcomes and everything. So basically, what I'm getting at is, if you want to succeed, right, with your health and fitness journey, keep things around called KPIs, right? People call them KPIs. They're key performance indicators. So like I said, not only tracking your weight, but body fat, fat mass, lean body mass, grip strength, sleep quality, resting heart rate, vertical jump, maybe your fastest 10 or 20 yard dash, anything that could show change and could dictate the outcome. Like for our women, right? Keeping a schedule of your period and comparing that along the timeline of you hitting your goal, right? So all those things do affect it. It's not always just going to come down to, did you get all your workouts in this week, and did you eat everything you were supposed to, and more or less, right? There's other things that will affect it, right? Your hormones can dictate the amount of calories that you're going to want to take and how many you should, right? So there's so many other things. But in my eyes, that's the easiest way to make sure that you're always ensuring that you're making progress. Have things along the way to make sure that you're on the right track. It's almost like driving your car. It's not just the speedometer. There's other gauges on the dashboard that'll tell you if your car is running right. So I honestly think that's the best way to make sure that you're ensuring that you're.
It's kind of like
progress.
when you bring the car in for what's it called, the
Inspection.
Thank you. Your yearly inspection, and everything comes up on the meter. What's high, what's low, what needs to be adjusted, what needs to be replaced, that kind of thing. So it's the same thing like when we check in with ourselves. All of those indicators can give us an idea of what we need to work on, what we're low in, what we need to be mindful of, what we could do better at, that kind of stuff. Are we hydrated? Did we get enough healthy carbs in? Are we eating enough protein? Are we going to bed at the same time every night? Are we putting our phones away? Are we taking a break maybe from the computer and de-stressing our brains and our eyes a little bit? Like that kind of stuff. And we do, we allow the adults to kind of test themselves too, not just the athletes, but we always run through variations of movements, and we always tend to revisit those variations of movements and allow them to, in a sense, test themselves in their workouts, right? And then that's why the app is so awesome too, because it keeps such a great log of everything. So we can check, oh gosh, why does this feel so heavy for me today? Okay, well, let's check in and see what's going on.
Yeah,
Well,
it allows you. Yeah, go ahead.
Right? No, I'm just saying, I really haven't been sleeping, the baby's been keeping me up, I had this deadline at work, or I've been, grading these papers for this most recent quarter, or whatever the case, My husband's been getting home really late. I've been staying up waiting for him, because he's been working late, or we sit and eat dinner. It's been late, or whatever the case. Like there's always things that are going to be popping up, deadlines, whatever. I mean,
the acoustics aren't great in here. You have a sore throat.
Which happens to me.
Combination of Jesus and Fergie.
Thank you.
Destroyer over there.
Can't even look at you right now.
Yeah, always keeping subjective data is always going to help when you check it against your objective data. So, it's everything you just said. Making sure, letting us know after each workout in our app, how you're feeling. It's going to factor into your progress.
Or I haven't been eating breakfast. I've been feeling pretty shitty through the day. Why haven't I been eating breakfast? I haven't been prepping, or I've been sleeping past my alarm. Well, why are you sleeping past your alarm? Like these are all things that they lead, into bigger things that could be affecting you. I've been feeling like I can't think clearly lately. Well, what's going on? That's why just the scale is one tool of the many tools that we have. Our bodies give us so many indications as to what could be going right and what could possibly be going wrong. Right? Or what is going right and what could possibly be going wrong.
Correct. So yeah, is there anything else you think that people should be looking at when it comes to checking their progress that we haven't listed?
Gosh,
I feel like we listed all of them.
we listed a lot. Just your daily patterns, just what your daily patterns would be. If anything starts to, that's why the habits are so important. And then them becoming, almost like what we would call a ritual, where, right? Start to tie them to good memories, or healthy ideas, and they become so ingrained in you that you need to complete them. And it allows you to almost be free-flowing,
Mm-hmm.
Everything becomes second nature. You don't even have to think about it. And once you lose that flow, I guess we would call that flow, then things start to get disrupted. So, cramming for the test late and you only got 3 hours of sleep, and you know that you have an early morning workout with the team, or you're getting to OD because you know that you have how many hours of online classes, you have to take that test, that paper has to be done. So, when things start to throw you out of sync, it's gonna throw the rest of your day and then your week and then possibly even your month off. So you try to maintain some sort of structure for yourself. And that goes for everybody, not just the kids, the adults too. Because as we get older, we tend to recover slow, like the recovery process takes longer. Our bodies might not be running quite as efficiently as they were when we were 16, 18 years old.
Definitely not.
Adulting is real. So the struggle is real.
Oh, yes. I'm sure Destroyer's starting to figure that out. The further you get away from your teens.
Yeah.
You know?
Now you can pack away 5 slices of pizza and not get bloated or gain a single ounce of fat.
Or
Oh,
just,
hey, he's looking pretty
crazy.
damn good, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's true. But,
Right?
But pizza factors into it.
Or like, I used to be able to go like, I don't know, 36, 48 hours without sleep and still be like 100%.
Oh, man.
Now it's like,
I can't do that.
if I don't get like a power nap in the middle of the day, then someone's going to die by my bare hands.
And like even those little things, like what little things are setting you off through the day that wouldn't necessarily bother you, like that kind of thing. Are you feeling irritable, like on edge, antsy, depressed, moody, whatever the case? Like start to think about why this is coming up, and maybe what happened in the days and weeks prior that could have led to how you're feeling, indigestion, maybe your bathroom habits aren't normal, that as normal as they could or should be. Like these are all factors. People don't want to talk about that kind of stuff sometimes, but it makes people miserable when they're not in their routine. Oh my goodness.
I feel attacked.
I didn't point or say you.
So yeah, I mean that's all I have to add for this topic. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Destroyer? I think that just about wraps up this week's episode of Overdrive AF. Again, shout out to Mario Van Peebles, good luck in your forever home.
Yeah, buddy.
We all aspire to be more like drunk Tom Brady, just living life.
Drinking
And avocado tequila.
Tequila, excuse me.
Sup? I'm gonna have to get my hands on that.
That's an oxymoron. Avocado tequila. Avocado. Do you call that an oxymoron? I don't know.
I don't know. It's
I think that's how he justified.
and then look,
Just
Derek
saying,
Jeter.
we got two.
Derek Jeter and Swagger coming through.
Two.
But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time on another episode of Overdrive AF.